What's going on, guys? It's Gothalion, and as promised, I'm bringing some Monster Hunter content to my channel. Now, this is probably going to be the first of a few longer videos. This is only 10 minutes-ish for this hunt. This is the very first boss fight that you go through in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. It is the Great Jaggi, and it is a relatively very easy boss fight. The Great Jaggi is kind of like a Velociraptor type thing. I didn't do the commentary live on this. I'm sort of just doing this post. I got the footage filmed. I wasn't sure if I was going to use it or not, but you guys said you wanted to see some boss fights. So this one is going to be in its entirety. Future boss fights might be broken up a little bit because later on in the game, boss fights can take upwards an hour and a half for a single monster. So before I head out on the fight, I'm going to go ahead and get a food buff. I usually go for an attack power and stamina buff. That way I can, do more sword swings and hit harder. My item set right now is not terrific. I'm using pretty base entry-level stuff, and the Great Jaggi is really the first boss that you get to farm and get pieces of him to make better gear. My whole set that I'm currently wearing is entirely Great Jaggi stuff, though I'm trying to upgrade my sword a little bit, but it's taking a bit of time. Anyways, so you head over to the guild desk, and you get your quest. I think I'm pretty much stocked up on herbs and everything that I might or might not need. You really want to prepare before you head out for a hunt in this game. So we're gonna go ahead and head out to the plain field, which is the plains area. The quest I'm on is called Pain in the Plains, and this is the first time you really go out to the plains, and it's to take care of the Great Jaggi. Upon entering your quest area, there will be a blue box that has quest supplies in them that get removed from your inventory as soon as you complete or fail the quest. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. Up at the top right, you can see my map. Each map is broken up into different numbered zones. So say that you're playing with a group, you could say, oh, the enemy has fled to so-and-so. Because as you're fighting them and hurting them, they'll tend to run off to different areas. And if you're not tracking the boss properly, you'll lose it completely. And that becomes a real pain in the ass later on, especially with dragons and bird-type monsters that can fly away, and you don't know which zone they're in. So then you end up looking from zone to zone, and that's kind of a bad situation because the bosses can run off and either sleep and heal off some of the damage you've done to them, or they'll eat and regain their stamina and also heal some of the damage you've done to them. In this boss fight, I'm given a few flash bombs, which I don't think I used properly. You have to throw it in front of the monster's face to daze them. I had forgotten the exact mechanic of it, but in later boss fights, I use them like a pro! I'm also given tinged meat, and when you see the monster start drooling, that means that they are famished and need to stop and eat soon, and the tinged meat is sort of like poisoned, so it'll put a nice little stun on them and daze them, and you'll be able to just pour in the damage. Now, this is going to be our first viewing of the Great Jaggi. Again, he's a pretty easy boss. And as far as size goes, he's small for the larger bosses. He's kind of like a spitter raptor situation, though he doesn't actually spit at you. He just looks like he's gonna. That's the Great Jaggi. I'm also a raptor. Me too. These fuckers. Alright, so I play with a great sword, which is all about upfront burst damage. I might show you guys some more weapon sets. So I put down a tinged meat there because he tends to run back to this room when he's hurt. So just in case he ran back, just in case he ran back, I'd be able to have the meat already ready for him, and hopefully he would go ahead and eat it. Sometimes in these boss fights, the littler enemies are more of a pain because they'll interrupt your moves or knock you down, and then the main boss will just lay into you. All of my moves are pretty slow, so you have to really time them, and with a boss that's relatively small, it's hard to land good hits on him, especially when I'm still just getting used to this game again. I played it a lot, but it was like years ago. The Great Sword has a charge up overhead swing, which can do really large multipliers, upwards 3 times the damage. You can block with the Great Sword, but I tend to just try to roll out of the way, you know, sort of like an evasive defense, so I don't have to waste my weapon sharpness on taking hits into it defensively. That's another system I didn't really go over. Every weapon has variant degrees of sharpness to it, and you can see that my weapon is glowing yellow right now, sort of giving off what level of sharpness it is. Once you lay a bunch of powerful hits into them or miss and hit the ground, your weapon's power will decrease, and you're gonna have to use a whetstone to sharpen up your weapon again. Great swords tend to lose their sharpness relatively quickly, just based on the sheer power you're putting in. I'm gonna get a charge 2 there. Yeah, that was a ×2 charge, and I put a nice bit of damage into him. And also, I have a sweeping attack, which can be used to dodge under rolling attacks, as well as hit them from below. So now you're gonna see the Jaggi run off into the next area. I didn't get a paintball on him. Paintballs are what you use to track enemies, but I did see which way he ran off, so I was able to track him. So here you're gonna see me actually put down tinged meat again, and he's gonna run over and eat it. And this is basically his undoing. Up, get shit on. And then this is the real big hit. Boom. Bosses do not have a health bar. All of the told damage is just through how the enemy is acting. Is he stumbling? Are there scratches on him? Is he drooling? When he charges you, does he fall over? Things like that will tell you exactly the status of your boss. For the longer boss fights, let me know if you guys want me to load it up in the entirety. Just know that I probably won't have a full commentary in it, just because it's long. That's a lot of post-commentary to do. Something like this, 10, 11 minutes, I can talk over, that's no problem. Also, let me know if you just want it, just straight up these boss fights, no commentary. Like, once you really get the feel for what the game's like, though I feel like you guys do want commentary, otherwise you could just fucking, you know, go to a different channel. And so there you have it. That's the first boss fight done. That's the Great Jaggi. Not very difficult. He's a pretty simple boss fight, and then you have around a minute to go ahead and carve him up and get all the necessary parts you need from him. Again, the parts you get from the enemy are random. You get to carve up bosses, I believe, around 3 times, and then once you complete the mission, you're also going to get a few extra rewards for completing it. So yeah, guys, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up if you're enjoying this Monster Hunter content. It lets me know that you want to see more Monster Hunter content if you leave that thumbs up in the video. Otherwise, I just feel like you guys, you just hate it. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it gives me a bit of feedback. It's good to have analytics video to video, so I know what to keep putting out for you guys and what you're enjoying, and also the comments help a lot. So I will see you guys in the next episode of Monster Hunter, and yeah, I'll see you later.